We're here in Selkirk. We just arrived and it's probably George's coldest walk yet.
Well, they're getting a little coffee and thawing out. I'd like to welcome everyone here to honor Mr. Marcello and to hopefully increase awareness of the tremendous, the desperate need for organ transplantation. One of Mr. Marcello's aims in doing this walk, I understand, is in support of the National Registry of Donors for organ transplants. He's in a position to know all about the direness of the need because he himself is fortunately a successful liver transplant patient, and obviously he's in pretty prime condition considering that he's walking 12,000 miles, visiting 500 cities, and all in all doing a wonderful job for a very, very worthy cause. I'd like to welcome him on behalf of the Mayor and Council, the people of Selkirk, and in fact on behalf of all of you who are going to benefit from the work that you've done, Mr. Marcello. And we have a proclamation signed by the Mayor that I'd like to give to you.
Thank you very much. Trying to get my mouth to work a little bit. I guess the deputy explained it quite well. What we're trying to do is promote a very positive spirit. We want to leave people with a good feeling, and we want them to try and understand this as much as possible about organ tissue donations, and try and increase and raise the level from Canada being the lowest to Canada. Let's shoot for the highest. You know, we enjoy high standards in all other areas in Canada. Let's shoot in becoming the highest in this area. I think when we look at what other countries are doing that are having very high rates of organ and tissue donations in their country, in their respective countries, what our country did do was embrace the spirit of organ transplantation as a country. Our government hasn't made it a priority like other governments have in their countries, and that's why countries such as Spain are doing real well in their rate of organ donations. People that are going on the waiting list in Spain have about a 70% chance of surviving there, or getting an organ, I'm sorry. And then, of course, transplantation is a cure. A lot of Canadians don't know that either. There was this thing about just getting a small extension of your life and then, you know, having the organ rejected. That was 20 years ago. We're living in an age right now where we have a cure available, and it's not only saving people's lives, but it's bringing back people's healthy lives back. They're back to work. They're in top shape, and you know, I'm one of the crazier ones, I guess, to walk across the country. But not every recipient has to show that you know that it works by doing what I'm doing, because they're really enjoying a good life, you know. So what we're trying to do is get this message out to every Canadian right across Canada. And we're also trying to encourage and inspire the three levels of government. They haven't done enough. You know, I've constantly been trying to point out to every politician how urgent it is for government to be more active in this area. And one of the things that the Deputy Mayor mentioned was a registry. We're one of the few countries that don't have a registry. And right now, as it stands, as we're encouraging people to sign their donor cards, worst time possible. And that's after they finish losing a loved one in a tragic accident or something similar. And we're having to approach the family at a very weak moment. And that family is in a state of shock and is grief-ridden. And 50% of the times, they're vetoing the individual's wish. Only afterwards to live with a lot of regret. And I've had a lot of families that I've talked to that have vetoed that decision. One particular lady in Collingwood, after the press conference, fell in my arms crying, saying that she lost her daughter 6 months prior to that, and her daughter's wish was to donate her organs. And when they were asked, at that moment after she tragically died in a car accident, she said not to touch the body. And then afterwards, just was so regretful of doing that. And it wasn't her fault. It's because we have a system of approaching the family at the worst time possible. Why do we still have this system? We need to make that decision legal binding when we're in our right state of mind and have that registered. And it's also a question of basic rights and freedoms. A lot of people would like to know that their organs are going to get donated because that's a very precious thing that they're doing and a very precious gift and a very precious wish. So what I'm also doing is I'm trying to broaden the 3 levels of government and encourage them to get out of the prehistoric system that we have and enter the new millennium with a new system. One that's been working in other countries, and we're just so far behind. So I've had a lot of considerable success so far. We reached Premier Harris when I did the Ontario walk, and he created the Premier's Advisory Board on organ and tissue donations, and nominated Don Cherry as an honorary chairperson. We needed a loud one. And, you know, they're taking the right steps into addressing the problem. So we're planning to do that in each province, going from province to province, trying to wake up the provincial government and trying to ultimately wake up the federal government so that we can get federal government to respond to this and make this a priority, make them understand that there's nothing more important than life, and especially when lives could be saved from organs that were wished to be donated. We need our government to take a lot of action. Now, the other thing, we're not sponsored by any big corporations, and we're relying solely on the community to help out and keep this walk alive. Today is day 227 of a 527-day walk. And I've gone through 125 cities and towns so far, and I've been working with a zero budget. And, you know, we don't have the luxuries to do a lot of things that, you know, could help us along. We do all the work on the road, the scheduling, the advanced work, the activities, everything that's done on the road. And we're always hoping that we have enough funds to get to the next road. I actually lost 5 road crews since I began because of this, because I didn't have funds. So, you know, we need to keep putting the word out about this. And I was very fortunate enough to run into my present road crew. I met Travis, who's holding the torch here, in Thunder Bay when, you know, I arrived there just before Christmas, and the road crew I had wanted to go home for Christmas, and when they got home, they just lost the focus to come back. So I ran into Travis in Thunder Bay, and